Hey, how y'all doing? I'm Saidon, SAIMAKESBEATS. You know, nice to meet you. I'm from South Florida, Broward County, born and raised. A little bit of, Lauderhill, really. A little bit over everywhere. I started making beats when I was 12 at Parkway Middle School of the Arts. I wasn't there for arts, I was there for a gifted program, but I ended up taking this world music drumming class and when I was 12, and it just spoke to me for some reason. And ever since then, I've been making beats. Well,
So you would you say you're in South Florida or outside of South Florida right
right now, I'm currently outside of South Florida, but I'm always in Broward County because this is my home. This is where I be at.
now? For sure. So if that's the case, you come back and forth, but what made you initially leave outside of like Broward County?
What made me initially leave South Florida? I got accepted to FAMU, Florida Agricultural, at HBCU in Tallahassee, and I took that opportunity to go out there and go to school. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I moved out of Broward County for school.
So now you're located in Tallahassee, right?
Yeah, I'm in Tallahassee, Florida right now.
What was the creative scene like in Tallahassee when you first got there?
When I first got there, the creative scene was very small, um, very, very, very small. Not too small, but small enough, and I was able to, take over to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? With a person coming from Broward County who had their credentials going and things of that nature, so it was pretty easy to get my name out at that time.
All right. So if that's the case, is that what you say is keeping you there? The
Uh,
creative scene?
No, I'm actually planning to move to Atlanta in about a year. What's keeping me there is I started a music studio in Tallahassee, Florida, a recording studio with my homeboys. And so we're all accredited. And so we just took that opportunity to try to see if we can capitalize off of, and help Tallahassee artists as well as other artists in college, just who need recording and things of that nature. So we're there to try to build a community, gated community.
Maybe community.
Hmm.
I mean, so you talk about community, gated community.
Hmm.
Where did you come up with the name? And also, what would you say connection means to you or community means to you?
So the name came up when I was in about high school, probably 10th grade. I really came up with it off a whim, kind of like a gated community, because a lot of my friends were like kind of like suburbs kids, and but we were like just tight knit in our friendships. So I just decided to call our little collective gated community at the time. And our community is everything. The people you ride with, the people who are there when you can't be. Just making sure that everybody in your community or your friend group or just around you is just tight knit and there for you when you least expect it.
Sure. You said you're moving to Atlanta
Oh yeah, for sure.
soon. Would you ever come back to South Florida for good?
I would come back to Broward County in South Florida, but it would probably have to be a whole different type of timing I'm on than when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? So luckily, South Florida in a totality is very big. So if I come down, I would definitely have to be on a crazy different amount of timing. You know, crazy, crazy. But yeah, I plan to come back.
It's funny because I remember you saying something similar about the school you used to go to, Dillon.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
didn't want to
Dylan.
go back until you had like some sort of something to show.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, I was like, I didn't want to really come back until I had something to show for it or whatever. But I guess now it kind of has something to show for it. So, I'm back. I was actually supposed to go meet Mr. Jones and chop it up with the kids and see, who's the next Sidon or who's the next Janaya. But I'll probably do that next time. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
So speaking of getting bigger, getting better elevation, pushing yourself,
Hmm.
we remember you as like a quiet storm, sort of
For sure.
when you went to high school. So doing that, you would say that this industry and being creative comes with networking. Um, how were you able to put all this shit in motion?
It's really just being a pioneer of things, and just letting the music speak for itself. And kind of, I would say music well, at least for me, it kind of brought me out of that shell. You know what I'm saying? I was like a little introverted person who didn't really talk much, and I still am to a certain extent. But when it comes to like this job and when it comes to my career, I don't play. You know what I'm saying? So whatever it is to do, if Kendrick Lamar is down the street or I see him down the, like I'm not gonna be like, oh, is he that? Like, no, I'm gonna whatever my career entails, I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna put my best foot forward and I'm gonna have fun doing it. So that's really what it is.
So I'm switch gears a little bit and
Mhm.
talk about some music collabs. So for you, who's been your favorite collab unreleased that you can speak
Um, probably Lil Tyler. Lil Tyler, I worked with him yesterday actually. We did a song, and that song it was cool because I never expect him to get on that type of beat. And my beats are more laid back, dream glow type of beats, you know. But I just ain't never expected him to get on that type of beat, and with his swag, it always meshes well. FCG him always, you know. I'm about to go to a session with him after this. But he always compliments my beats perfectly. You know, everybody in my gated community team, Solo, Amber, you know, they definitely compliment my sound because they've been there since day one. Mhm.
What was your dream collab?
Kendrick. Kendrick and Kanye, two K's. Kendrick, Kanye. Oh, Lil Yachty, for sure.
Okay. So we're interviewing you because we're creating a docu-series about bridging the gap
Right,
between creators in South Florida.
right,
Um, Now, you've done something similar in the sense of your psychology series where you got artists together from different backgrounds, people you fuck with. I've heard it,
right,
I've seen it actually real time.
right.
Um, the only difference is because we're also having a gang of artists create a joint tape as well.
Yeah.
So you've done something similar.
hmm
What's your advice to us in terms of how to execute that?
Your advice is to don't stress it. Every time I do, anytime I do a project, if it comes out in August, we'll probably just start working it on June. You know what I'm saying? So just don't like take it serious, but just have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? Who's supposed to be on it will be on the project, and just make sure you move strategically. Strategically, try to have a a theme or something to go by, and probably a cool name. And the number one thing for me is cover art. Just make sure if whoever you hit up for cover art, it looks awesome. Because 9 times out of 10, for me personally, if the cover art isn't good, I'm not listening to it. So just make sure the cover art is cool, and everybody around you agrees, that they're on the project and then they're willing to, believe in that vision that you have.
So that's pretty much all the questions I have. You may shock you somehow, shout out.
Yes, yeah, man. Shout out me, man. Shout out God. And shout out we do it for us. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my dogs over there waiting for me. You know what I'm saying? Just I'm very blessed and appreciative. And shout out Gated Community Studios. Y'all ever in Tallahassee? Come down and record with us. Yes, sir. Go get them.